Hello, World Tank Blitzers. It's a Littlefinger. Hey, time for a full tank review on the Kanonenjagdpanzer. And this is a Tier 8 German tank destroyer. If you look down here at the list of other German tank destroyers, this is a solid list of tanks. And I don't think the Kanonen really lives up to the standards of the rest of these tanks. And we'll get to that here in a little bit as part of this full tank review. If you guys enjoy my content, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. This tank right now is currently for sale for 15,000 gold. Yes, this is the first time it has been for sale outside of being available in crates. This bundle does get you 3 of these mystery boxes and the emoji on top. You can get the tank by itself for 12,500. Yes, it is steep, but again, this is the first time the tank has been for sale. And we'll run through some gameplay, excuse me, here in a second. But first, the setup, consumables, repair kit, multi-purpose, and adrenaline provisions running chocolate, improved fuel, and chocolate bar. 27, 17, and 7. Heat is your premium ammo, making sure we buy that with credits and not gold. And then for the equipment, the tank does have decent pen, but poor damage per minute numbers. So we're going to run the gun rammer to get that up a little bit faster. Running a defense system and camouflage net. I'm running the supercharge. I could see an argument here for the enhanced gun lane drive to get your aim time down. But perhaps you may be sniping a little bit more in this tank from a distance because of its lack of armor, which we'll get to here in a second. Improved assembly gets you 69 more hit points. Engine accelerator, one of the few good things about this tank is its movement and mobility. Refined gun, again, getting that dispersion down, typically not shooting on the move in a tank destroyer, so the vertical stabilizer doesn't help out there. Toolbox and consumable delivery system. All right, guys, here is blitzstars.com, and I've got all of the Tier 8 premium tanks pulled up with my 2 favorite here at the left, the WZ-121 GFT and the Jagdtiger 88. The WZ, why I like it, it's got good DPM, it's got good armor, and it's got good mobility. Everything that you want in a tank. The Jagdtiger has good armor. It's a little slow, but look at this DPM, 3312. That's insane. So you can see at 2576, our damage per minute number is on the low side, down here with the SU 130 PM, but above this woefully low T28 Defender, which has the autoloader. 255 pen, you know, it's top of the class really outside of the TS5. 350 average damage. It has a 105 millimeter gun, and one of the things that is really nice on this is 1478 on your shell velocity, and if you run the supercharge there, 1921. So that's a really big number. It allows you to snipe from distance and hit moving targets with accuracy, and that's where the German gun handling comes in on this. 0.29 is your dispersion before equipment. 1.5. This is all red over here, guys. So this is where it's at with the gun, is your weapon handling. You've got 8 degrees of gun depression and 15 degrees of aiming arc left and right before you have to move the tank and reset camo. The speed is really nice on this tank, primarily with the 55 kilometers per hour, but most importantly is your train resistance is 0.8. Giving you an effective horsepower per ton of 26.8. This thing accelerates and gets up to top speed super fast, which allows you to relocate, get around the map. So obviously, when we look at the hull armor here of only having 75 millimeters, you'd think that you want to play this kind of like a backline sniper tank. But I found that playing it rather aggressive works as well, and we'll get into that into some gameplay. And as we move on over to Armor Inspector here, like I said, 75 millimeters on the front, only 114 effective. You are not going to really bounce many shots, and certainly a word of warning here. Look at this, 35 millimeters of effective armor. Anybody and everybody should be shooting HE at your sides and rears. If we go back and look at the pen, I mean, this is getting shot by a tier 7 medium, a Leo, and there is absolutely nothing you can do outside of this gun mantlet here, which is the spaced armor, to make this turn red. So, again, no armor, but good mobility in this tank. Alright guys, here's the first battle on Alpine stud that I'm going to show you. So, as we talked about with this tank, no armor, so to speak of. But it does have great mobility and a super accurate gun. So, finding spots on maps that you might not traditionally get to on a tank destroyer because of its speed. So I'm going to push up fast here into the corner and kind of using my gun depression. It's going to help a little bit with the armor. But as I said, there's really not a lot you can do. This also allows us to protect the sides of the tank as well. So you can see here, I'm out ahead of the rest of the team, but I'm not going to push any further. That would be a kind of a bad decision at this point in time. We need to wait until the other team is spotted. Let our heavies get out there, get some armor out in front of us. So as expected, you know, they have gone into town here. And we'll get a good understanding of the gun accuracy. And 8 degrees is going to allow you to get into positions here that you might not normally be able to get into. Very small window on the Yo, so I wasn't surprised that that missed. And yeah, it looks like their whole team here has gone onto the other side of the map. We might have good shell velocity, but we've lost pen over distance there, and we just can't pen the turret there on that Yo. And this was one of those games I thought we were just going to lose this one straight up to cap, but our team has pushed in. Nice Tiger 2 here sitting in the back, using that armor to its fullest extent possible. But see how fast this tank accelerates, gets up to speed, and using that 8 degrees of gun depression, popping a one-shot into the T-49. Spotted, and I figured this T-49 was going to be on the outside, and as I'm coming around, there's an IS-3. So, decision to make here, do we push the T-49? No, we're going to leave him there, and we're going to go after this IS-3. We can catch him. I'm hoping that we can out-DPM him. As long as we get that first shot in there, we're going to drop adrenaline. We're going to track him in place. Oh, Tiger's come to the help. Very good. We'll let him take the shot here. Sneak in behind him. There's that gun depression here. Making sure all of these shots pen. There he goes down. So only 3 tanks left. And really this game was showcasing this tank's mobility. Quickly up to this nice 55 kilometers per hour. And, you know, only a couple tanks left. Saying that Predator's pretty much done. Tricky 252U armor with him angled. We weren't going to pen that. But I'm not going to worry about the 252U. I'm going to go straight for the Defender because he's showing me his side. And we can go around and get a second shot into the backside here. And as quite quickly, you know, we get up to almost 2,000 damage there. And that was being able to isolate that IS-3 and get 3 good shots into him. You know, at 350 a pop, it doesn't take long to get up to that 2K mark there. All right, so here we've got another battle here on Vineyards. Again, we are top tier. And, you know, not sure which way the other team is going to go here based on their lineup. But I'm going to keep an eye on my team. Then again, you know, a lot of these maps in Blitz don't have really great sniping positions for TDs. So I think having that ability to relocate quickly is an asset. Some of these slower lumbering TDs, you know, thinking of like an AT or something in that neighborhood, you know, it takes you forever to get to a position. And sometimes you can just be, you know, in the wrong position the whole game. We're going to trade shots there with that German Bulldog. And I'm feeling at this point a little bit outnumbered on this side of the map. And I've seen that the AT is over there. So I was thinking at this point, I'm going to go push into town, clean up the AT. And again, you know, the asset to this tank here is that mobility. But as we come around the corner, we've got a Ferdy to deal with. We've already taken one shot. Trying to get tracks in there so that we can maybe get a second shot in here before he gets turned on us. Then we'll back up. He's finally going to get that track repaired, and he's going to hit us hard, leaving us with 352 hit points. But we're going to reload faster than him. And we've got a decent pen here. But the AT comes in and puts me down to a one shot. So now, you know, we're in a situation where we have to play this very carefully. So again, relocating to the back of the map and seeing if there's a position that, you know, will allow me to snipe. You have a very low profile, so we can't really see over those walls. I was hoping the Tiger would go in on the T-34 there, but we get the RU. And there we go. Our patience for hiding in the back has paid off. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out a way to get this Tiger P out, and then we can move in on the AT. And I'm hoping for some crossfire here. But he is just behind that building. Tampa Banff comes in and finishes him off. And the AT is distracted, doesn't know we're here, so we're going to get one shot in and back on down. Wait for him to have to face the IS-3. Sneak another one in there. So we're at 2,700 damage already. That tank over there is occupied by two of our teammates. So I'm going to try to sneak in on the backside here of the AT. Doing some mileage here today on this tank. And there's the kill shot. And it's just the IS-5 left. So I'm going to push on across again. So, you know, the tank isn't bad, but yet you really have to play it carefully, and that can be difficult at times. Alright, so I've got the IS-3 with me here, so we'll just push up together because we're both one-shots. And if we each can get a shot in, even if that T-34-100 doesn't do anything, we should be, between us, be able to finish him off. And yeah, there you go. We missed the first shot. Lovely. Now can we sneak a second shot in? There we go. We get that one to go in. And check out our reload time compared to the IS-3. And there's a lucky bounce to finish it off. Must have hit the gun mantlet. And yeah, 3,500 damage, 76,000 credits, 4 kills, level 1. And you can see we did some mileage there in that tank. Alright guys, ironically here we are back on Alpine Stad, and we are going to be on the other spawn side here. They have the E75 TS, the prototype, and the AT7, the Annihilator, so they've got some tanks that I suspect will come on the heavy side, so I'm going to push this way and push fast. And as long as you can hold a position in this tank, you'll do just fine. I was hoping, you know, that they would go middle a little bit and allow me to stay unspotted. But just look how far out in front of my team I am. And there's T-49. We'll get one shot in and get behind the building. But I was oblivious to that E75 there, who puts a good shot into me. So now I have support from my team here. Was hoping to find a way to back up and get a shot there on the E75. It's not going to happen. I've noticed that, you know, we've got a TD still in spawn, and we've got the two mediums there flanking around. So I'm calling for help. Want them to rush on in here because their whole team is in this area. Finally, the TD comes out of spawn, and we've got the TVP there pushing around. And now we've got some good action going with, we got tanks everywhere here. But you'll see the accuracy on the gun is good. The mobility is certainly really good. It's just his lack of armor is the difficult playstyle part of this.
Enemy armor is damaged.
As I talk about the accuracy of that gun, I shot one a little bit right of where I should have been aiming. Thankfully, that Patton got shot there as I was able to finish him off. And we just have the Yo, who is hull down on this side, so no point in pushing a full health Yo. Gotta find a way out of this position here. And there's that E75. Pain in my butt the whole game.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Can't do anything to block those shots. We're down to 22 hit points. Waiting for someone else to make a move here at this point in time. No point poking and getting killed. Alright, hoping that E75 makes a mistake. But he's got a shark on him. Probably won't survive this altercation. So now it's really just the Yo, and he's probably engaged here. Sure enough, we'll pull out, we'll hit the adrenaline, but this fire is going to finish him off. And yeah, we did almost 2,500 damage there, which was a little bit of a surprise, considering how, you know, locked down I was there. But again, good mobility, accurate gun, no armor. Alright guys, so I didn't have a bottom tier battle here to show you, so decided to use this game that was sent in by Help I'm a Bug back from April when this tank was in crates only. Castilla, one of the few maps that does provide a location for tanks to get into position and snipe on this ridgeline up here. You can see how easily the tank climbs this hill, staying as far back as possible here. Got 3 heavies pushing C. Hopefully they start doing some nice spotting recon. However, they might have all just gone up the hill there and not spotted anybody down below. Like I said, yep. So there's at least one person in C. And he's pushing up hard. Here comes the cavalry. Not sure where that one went. Waffentrager went to B on the other side there. HE with Spall Liner. Only 278, and now he is spotted. So he's going to back on down here and move into a position that provides crossfire down to the bottom of C. Should be able to farm a good bit of damage here.
Enemy armor is damaged.
He is spotted, but they are preoccupied.
Gone. Find us another target.
Probably just has to worry about pulling up too far. And that Waffentrager might be able to cross through the building there. Nice accuracy there on that shot on the 252U. Another damaging shot. He's up to 1600 in damage. There's still 5 tanks left. WZ doesn't even know where he's at. He's going to shoot one there, just a blind shot. But E50 has come behind him. They must have cleared the meds. Nope, there's still 1 med up there. E75 has gone the light med route and has climbed the hill. You know, and the damage per minute, even though it's lower than some of the other TDs, you can see here, it certainly feels better than it really is. Again, some nice, interesting angling. Finishing him off. They're now up a tank. And noticing that this guy's in a little bit of trouble here. Waffentrager takes out the ISU. But he's going to come around. He should be able to get a shot here on the WZ. Sure enough. But the ST1 is taken out. And this here, you know, I know my play style. I would have stayed aggressive and poked around the corner and just got eaten alive. But he is going to make a run for it. And this really is the right play to get away from that waffle. And this is just showing off. This tank has that top speed. And he's going to be able to get away. T92 there. I don't know if he's trying to engage the waffle or what's going on back there. But obviously he's a one-shot. He should just be more worried about trying to stay alive. And yeah, he gets taken out. So this is a very difficult situation here. He's going to stop the cap points, give himself a little bit more time. But yeah, as expected, they're quickly into B. They're not going to let that cap stop. And I like this. Just see how fast this tank accelerates. He's already at the top speed here. This could have been a did I win or did I lose battle for sure. But, you know, they've got 2 tanks. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to come for the kill. And he's going to pull on up here. Right into the face of 2 tanks. And take a big shot and say, oh, I better back up. And there's that all necessary lucky bounce. That would have been a kill shot. Can he finish off the T-28? Already at 4,400 damage. Really, these guys don't have to do anything but just sit here and watch the cap and run out the last 50 seconds. But, yeah, they're going to be a little bit too aggressive. And the Waffle's going to try to claim this hill and doesn't have the gun depression. And, yeah, that's the way it's going to end. 5 kills, 4,790 damage. Almost 90,000 credits. Ace Mastery. Help, I'm a bug with the carrying zeros. All right, guys. So with that, you know, not a bad little tank. Still very pricey for what you're getting. So wait and let the price come down and then pick it up would be my recommendation. All right, guys. Remember, have fun out there. Stay safe. Get educated. Not fingered. Littlefinger out.